Yeah, we're live. What's going on, people? This is your boys. This is the Sam and Chiz podcast back again with another episode for y'all. If you guys are new here, feel free to smash that button. We really appreciate your support. We're new at this, so you know, feel free to leave comments and if you like what you see, subscribe and keep up with us. I'm joined by my boy Chiz. Chiz, say what's up to the people.
Hey, what's up? How's everybody doing today? And just to add to that, if you have any suggestions, you guys can leave that in the comments too, just in case. So
Absolutely. Yeah, we appreciate you guys' feedback on what you see here. So, without further ado, cheers, we're going to jump right into it. We're going to talk a little bit about our teams.
let's
you know,
go.
obviously I'm a Chelsea fan. As you can see, we're repping. I got my overall. This stuff is old as hell. I've had it for a minute. This dude went and got a new shirt just because of this. So, the
Always repping, always repping. Arsenal for life.
drill. It's whack ass teams. At least somebody's got to support Arsenal, right? So,
I mean,
well, when we're done with all this, you can actually support a real team.
the same way
But
Chelsea got some new fans. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, man. So, what do you think so far? What's your season been like?
a typical Arsenal season, ups and downs. You know what I mean? Roller coaster ride. Win some, lose some. Go on a run of big time losses. You know what I mean? Go on a run of couple wins. But overall, it's been a shaky season. It's not been stable. It's not been like consistent. It's been very. It's just been a season of up and down for a whole lot of teams. But I think we kind of like out of the top six, big teams, the official top six. I think we've suffered the most so far. But I mean, we're on the right track right now. Four games on the bounce. You know what I mean? So we're only looking upward right now, not backwards anymore. Unlike
Yeah.
Chelsea.
So, before we get any further into this part in this episode, just like to let our viewers know that we're Ninja boys, and occasionally we'll speak some broken English. If you're lost, ask your friends. They probably tell you what we're talking about.
Get a Nigerian friend if you lost.
Yeah, so occasionally we might just digress and just lose you guys, but I'm sure over time you will understand what we're saying. Um, so as it stands right now, Arsenal sits in 11th place, and for a long time you guys were sitting in I think 16th or 15th place.
Yeah,
Um,
we're playing around 15, 16.
yeah, so recently you've gotten some consistency. You're starting to climb up that table. And even as things stand, you sit at 6 points behind Tottenham. That's number fourth on the table.
Right.
So that's pretty cool. Seeing how things can change so quickly. I mean, we were talking about relegation just a couple games ago. So that's pretty cool, right? I mean, you
Uh,
guys might actually do it. Might
you
actually
know.
not. You may not. You might actually make top four. That's
Yeah,
wild.
I was talking about relegation. I wasn't talking about relegation over here. I was I mean I wasn't confident of, you know what I mean, actually climbing back up the table, but at the same time I just knew like we had so much, you know what I mean, quality on our team for us to be like where we were at that time of the season. You know what I mean? We were like 15, 16 for like a whole month of the whole month of November actually. We didn't win a game. Um so yeah, it was a really bad period, but I'm glad we've been on the run of couple wins now, and it's looking like a good season all over again. You know what I mean? I almost lost my appetite for football and, you know what I mean, my energy
Take
for
your time with
yeah.
y'all were taking your time with those wins.
I mean, yo, believe that we had some really big injury problems, but we're not gonna give excuses here. You know what I mean? We all about forward movement. You know what I mean? Positivity and all that. And I'm not gonna go backwards. I mean, we could speak about what happened, but for the
This
most
nigga
part, I'm just
talking
happy with
about
the wins.
positivity.
There's all positivity over here. We winning games. You know what I mean? We surging up the table. Chelsea's looking bad. Well, you can't tell me nothing right there, bro.
Well, as it stands, we're ahead of you guys on the table, so I can't talk about it. I could talk smack as far as I'm concerned. We're still ahead of y'all. If the
It's
season
like,
if the season ended today, would finish ahead of you. So,
but
and
unfortunately, the season never ends in January. At least you know what I mean. So from what I've known all my life, you gotta wait till May. So until we
you
get to
guys,
May,
how many
we
losses have
can't.
you guys? How many? Just a question.
This
How
is
many
same. This
losses
is the same
have you guys
argument we
had
have
this
all the
season?
time. How many losses have I got? Don't worry about the
I
losses.
just want to know. I just want to know.
Guys, you guys are better than us. You guys are gonna win the league. You guys are, you know what I mean, in contention for the league. You guys are in a 3 horse race, whatever you want to call it, like nine horse race. You know what I mean? But honestly, we're 3 points away from you guys. I don't know why you want to talk about me right now. Let's talk about your team actually, because your team was going all the way up, and now I don't know what's happening. It's like a free fall going on over there at Chelsea. Can we speak about Chelsea actually?
All right. So wait. So let me just. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about Chelsea a little bit. Obviously, Chelsea has been on a terrible run of form these last month. Obviously, we went into the Christmas period with a real title aspirations. Boys were actually saying that, yo, this might be our season. Like this Chelsea team might actually do it this year. I wouldn't even lie to you. I'd be calling Chiz up like, yo, bro, your team is ass. And
Shit.
Lampard might have figured it out, and he finally has a set team.
Squad.
Yeah, so we had a pretty good run of games where we were winning quite convincingly, and we had a dependable lineup of players. So, we had a pretty consistent goalkeeper that wasn't conceding goals on a weekly basis. In fact, he was keeping clean sheets like he was never going to concede. And we had a reliable backline. It seemed like Kurt Zuma and Thiago Silva had formed a good partnership that I felt could win the league. And also we had our wingers in Chilwell and James. In fact, James just looked like a wall beater. Nobody could get past him, and he was putting in some beautiful crosses. So it seemed like his partnership with Hakim Ziyech was something that was just gonna wreck the league. And then came, Hakim Ziyech's injury, where he goes down in the game against Leeds, and we win that game. But I remember we struggled for a majority of that game, and then we end up losing our next game against Everton, and it's been a free fall, like you said, since then. I mean, our boys don't even know what they're doing, honestly. So I mean, obviously, there's been some calls for Lampard's job since then, and but with that being said, I am
Definitely out.
oh yeah, a lot of
That
people are saying Lampard out, Lampard out. I mean, we're pretty reactionary like Arsenal fans right now, calling for the
I mean, you guys have always been like this. I mean, like we new to the whole calling out our coaches. I mean, yeah, we did that with Wenger, but towards the end
you
of the
guys
thing.
you guys are the ones that started calling out. We just had an owner that just fired people. We didn't call for coaches' heads. We just had
But
an owner that
that's
just
a
fired
culture.
folks.
That's a
Huh?
culture that you guys kind of like developed and made it like your own culture to like switch coaches whenever everything goes wrong. You know, you guys never want to see through any bad
If you
run of
say
form.
you're saying you guys, like we actually make those decisions.
I mean, you don't.
We have an owner that just fires people if they're not doing well.
I mean,
We
your
actually
owner represents your team. So if I'm speaking about Chelsea, I mean, I bet you embody everything that has to do with Chelsea. So
the difference for you to say I embody it would be that Arsenal fans are known for actually flying banners. Y'all fly banners. Y'all start campaigns on social media. Wenger out. Like, we have the AFTV crew, like actually
that was
starting real campaigns.
that was
Like you
necessary, bro.
you wouldn't see Chelsea flying a banner over Stamford Bridge
I
trying to
mean, maybe
call
because
for Lampard.
you never had a coach who was at your team for like over 20 years, and You
Yeah,
know,
we
what I mean,
don't
these
just
the guys.
we don't just we don't disrespect the best coaches, that we've ever had like that. Like flying banners over
You guys
the
fired
stadium.
them. You guys fired them and rehired them and fired them again. I mean, I don't tell me something I don't know about Chelsea. Jose Mourinho was fired, special chosen one, whatever you want to call him, fired. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Rehired
but
again and fired again. So
for
I mean,
like Jose was always a mercenary. Like
but when you
obviously
think about
he was a
Chelsea, you
guy
think
that
about Mourinho though. When you think about Chelsea, you think about Mourinho. When it comes to coaches, like that's probably one of your most established coaches you guys have had in probably
yeah,
Chelsea's career.
one of the most successful coaches we ever had. In fact, I think he started the whole winning culture. He established that within our fan base and the culture of the team. We've won a ton of titles since he left. I mean, obviously we won the Champions League without him, but you know, uh Chelsea, we have an owner. We have an owner that actually has a big say, and he obviously spends money on our team. Unlike you guys, I was asking for for Stan Kroenke to spend money, and he never does. So we
You
have
know,
a guy
funny
that
enough, he
actually
actually he
invested.
actually spends money.
Hmm?
My man spends money. It's just, I mean, Arsenal fans always want more than they deserve at any given point in time, which is how the nature of, football fans for the most part all over the globe, but especially Arsenal fans because we have a huge social media, what I mean, following and social media like um what's the word I want to use?
You have a strong social media presence.
Presence, yeah, social
Yeah.
media presence, basically. So that only enlightens a whole lot of things that what I mean other clubs go through, but what I mean we don't see enough of that on social media. With Arsenal, anything that happens within the club is a big conversation. So that's why it looks a little bit like the way you talking about it. But at the end of the day, I know for sure that Arsenal, the owner of Arsenal, spends money on players. We've just been through a whole situation whereby we have players who sign contracts that should be on those contracts for a very long time, and what I mean they had our books looking really bad, and it's hard for you to sign more players when you have a whole bunch of deadwoods in the team. And as you can see right now, we kind of like shipping those players out slowly. I mean we got Kolasinac out, Ozil look like he's moving out. Um, Socrates looked like he's about to leave too. There's a whole bunch of them, what I mean, that's about to leave the team. And these are the players that, in my opinion, has been holding us back from actually moving forward to the next level because, like I said, they own huge wages. They barely play, no game time. And if you're the owner, how you gonna keep spending more money and buying players when you have players on huge wages sitting on the bench and not being used? It's just common sense. I mean, I think this is business, even though it's entertainment, it's still business. So if you ask me, I'll say my owner does spend money. Maybe not as much as Arsenal fans would love, but at a good rate. I mean, we bought Pepe for 70 odd million. You know what I mean? We bought Attorney for like about 20 something million. We bought Gabriel around $30 million. No, sorry, 23 million around there. And who else we picked up? We picked up Partey for 45. Paid his release clause straight up. So it's like if you think about it, he does try to spend money, but like I said, Arsenal fans are never satisfied, and this is probably the best time in a long time for Arsenal fans in terms of changing personnel and what I mean reshuffling the team and just making like what I mean getting the deadwood out of the team. So I see better things coming forward for us if you ask me. But I'm
Um.
gonna pass it over to you.
Yeah. So I mean, you guys, there's always that narrative that Chelsea doesn't. We just spend money, and we're just a buying club. We have all this, Russian money to go around, and we just be buying. You know what I'm saying? But
Buying
I've
loan,
actually,
buying loan, buying loan. Let's put the loan too. You got like a million players in loan.
that's actually a myth, but we
It's not a mess
certainly
back.
don't. But a lot of we have a very solid academy, so we have lots of good players coming up the ranks. So
Wait,
unlike
you
you
say that
guys,
again?
obviously.
Can you bring
Huh?
that back again? I'm sorry. You said what? You have what? A solid what?
A
Academy?
solid academy. Go see how much we dominate every in the academy. By the way, you guys claim to be, this team that you guys laid off so many people during the pandemic, and somehow You still borrowed 120 million, euros from the Bank of England to help the club's cash flow through the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. Uh, so you guys are actually a very embarrassing club because you guys are the only team that I know right now that's actually gone out amongst the big teams borrowing money like freaking beggars. That is some begging ass team. Uh,
And
yeah, that's the kind of say, huh?
it sounds really good, and it sounds really real when you say it like that. We know how this business works when it comes to sports and
Y'all be
ownership.
begging. Y'all be
We're not
begging.
gonna go as far as talking about the money part of things in those, because I don't know
No,
how this
no,
business
no, no, no. I know how it works. You some begging ass teams. Chelsea actually made a profit last last year despite of all the pandemic. We made a
good,
profit.
good, good for you guys, but I mean, how
I'm
much is
just
that profit? How much is
I'm
that
just
profit helping you win the league this year? I mean,
I'm
I'm
just
sorry.
letting you know like the difference between a well-run team and one that's just like barely hanging on.
The
Uh,
ones that
but,
spent 200 plus $1 million this year and are like
and
ninth position in the league, right?
and still made a profit. So
Are we talking about making money? Because that has nothing to do with me. I don't really care about how much the owner makes, lose. I don't. That's none of my business. I'm a fan, right? Are we talking about money making? Or are we talking about sports? I'm talking about sports.
we're
If you want
talking
to add the
about
money in
what,
sports, I'll put it like this: Chelsea spent 200 plus million on players this season, and in ninth position right now. So I speak in January. So let's not be ahead of ourselves. You know what I mean? You guys are spending the money, doing the big business, getting all the quality players, the big name players, but I don't see any difference from your team this year. Actually, you guys look worse than you guys were last year at this point in the season. So
I actually would disagree with you on that because although we're underperforming in the league, we topped our group in the Champions League, which we did not do last season. We also were conveniently placed in the Champions League second round, which Arsenal hasn't even stepped in the Champions League in 4 years. You guys have become a Europa League team. In fact, this season you may not even make the Europa League. So if we were talking about a team whose trajectory is going in the opposite direction, that would be you guys. Right now, it's easy for you guys to be excited because you've won some winnable games, and you did have an impressive game against Chelsea. But if we were to look at a season in totality, right?
you have to be who's in front of you.
Yeah, I
That's how
know,
it
I
works.
know. Let's just look at your team, your season in total this season, all right? What's a realistic goal for the rest of your season? What do you expect as an Arsenal fan? Like, what do you expect from you're still in. I think how many competitions in the Europa League, in the FA Cup, right?
Yeah, we in the Europa League, FA Cup, and Premier League.
I
We
don't
we
even
got
think.
we got kicked out of Carling Cup by Man City.
Oh, you got to play Man City.
No, we got kicked out. We got kicked out of the Carling Cup by Man City, but I mean, we still in the FA Cup. We still in the European League, and we still in the Premiership as we should.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay. So, what do you expect? Are you expecting a trophy this year? Are you expecting finish in top six, top four, win the
To be real with
league?
you, even in our worst seasons we've had, we still end up winning something. So I mean, winning a trophy, I'm not gonna write that off because it's very much possible to win the FA Cup or the European League. Premier League, I'm not gonna even go as far as saying we anything close to like even making top four, but um, just looking at how the season is going so far and with COVID and all of that being affecting a lot of teams, um, you can't really tell how the season is gonna end. I mean, if we end up finishing top six, I'm gonna look back at the season and say it wasn't a bad season because of the way we started the season. But we're just gonna have to wait and see. But I have a strong feeling that we should be in the top six at the end of the season, and we should finish above Chelsea. That's something I know for sure it's gonna happen.
Okay. So if you're gonna finish above us, you're expecting that we'll finish below below sixth, all right? Is that what you're saying? Chelsea's gonna finish below sixth place. So we're making a prediction now, so that and I'll try to cut this clip for later for future reference.
Where Chelsea's at right now, you're not going above that. You stay around that, or you go below that.
So you're saying that we're going to go down from currently we're sitting at I think ninth place, I think.
That's
So,
where you guys are going to be at the rest of the season.
so we're gonna stay at ninth place or lower. Okay.
Super
Um.
stagnant.
Okay. So how? What do you expect out of the Europa League? By the way. Oh, by the way, before you even give me that, I expect that
You're gonna
Chelsea
win
will
it.
finish. I
You're gonna
expect
win
that
it.
Chelsea. I expect that Chelsea will finish top four. I think we can still finish second place this season.
No, you guys
Just,
are gonna win
just
the league. No, you guys are not gonna finish second.
we're-
You win the league.
you just why are you talking out of two sides of your
No,
mouth? You just said we're gonna finish below you and win the league at the same
finish
time.
second. You're in ninth position, telling me you're gonna finish second. So I just gave you to you. I mean, you might as well just finish win the league rather than finish second. Why would you want to finish second if you're in ninth position right now, right?
I'm not saying I want to. I'm just saying where I know we will finish. I'm not saying I want to. I'd rather finish first. You know.
Obviously, you would. Were you actually saying, talking, and like speaking into existence something you want to happen, right? So
Well, I know it's gonna happen
if I'm
because we
thinking
have to.
correctly, you speaking based on the fact that you feel like you guys are gonna finish in the top four. Oh no, second. You said second actually. Let's keep it
Yeah,
where it's
second,
supposed to be.
second.
Second position, right?
Yeah,
So, and I'm telling you, you guys are not gonna finish second. You guys are gonna win the league because so why would you finish second? You know what I'm saying?
I'm
Why?
saying the lowest position we're gonna finish this season is
It's second.
second. So
In
obviously, there's still a
in
shot of us winning
the
the
league with
league.
Man City, the league with Man City, Tottenham,
We're
Leicester
still we
City,
still have to play these guys later.
Manchester United.
We still have to
You guys are
play
gonna
these
finish
guys. Zoo, we still have to play these guys later.
Hey, I agree with you, but you guys haven't even
So
won games against the top six, so the big top six teams so far this season. So, if you want to tell me, how would you guys win all of the games you're talking about in the next round of the season? Like, if you guys haven't beat any top six teams so far.
because we haven't had our full team. We haven't had the full complement
Hmm.
of our new signings. Obviously, it takes some time for Lampard to bed in all these new talents. We haven't seen the best of Kai Havertz. We haven't seen the best of Timo Werner.
Yeah,
Ziyech has had a long stint of injuries that he's finally, seems to be recovering from. Billy Gilmore is going to have a superb second half to the season. I personally think that um, Conte might need a break. He might need take a little break because I think he might be a little, he might have lost a little bit lost some step. That guy is moving slow as hell these days sometimes. But we're gonna have a solid second half of the season, and it's going to shock a lot of people. Um, I still expect all these top teams like Man City and Man U and obviously Arsenal's not even in the conversation, honestly. But all the top boys, the Liverpools, the Man City, the Man U's, those guys will still drop points. They will drop points to us. So I'm letting you know now, and I'm saying it here. I'm sure you can. I'll make sure we clip this so that we can break the
no, it's
this
it's
up.
go- it's it's recorded, so don't worry. We
So
have this.
we're going to finish the least. We're going to finish second place, or if things work out exactly how I see it happening, we could indeed win the league this season. And I know it sounds like a fairy tale, but there's still a lot of games to be played. We haven't even played 19 games yet. All right, we haven't played 19 games yet. There's still a lot of points on the table to get. Arsenal will fall away as soon as the Europa League starts. I already know that. You guys don't have the squad to play all those competitions that you're in. You're gonna tire out, obviously. So same goes for Man United, who are still in the Europa League. That league, as you get into the knockouts um,
That's not an excuse. I'm sorry. That that's
competitions,
that that excuse
you
is
guys are
not
gonna
that
start
not
tiring
valid.
out.
Try again. Try again.
Because you're gonna play on Thursdays and then you play on Sundays. It's a lot of
Everybody
time.
has 2 games in the week coming
Exactly.
from
Not
coming up
not.
next week. Actually, right now we playing 2-3 games a week, and we slapping up every team we play. So I'm not even worried about. Like I said, we have enough players in the
It's
team to kind of like.
different though. It's different when you're just in
That's no
England.
difference. If
Now
you lose,
you
if you
gotta
lose out
drive
in
to
European League,
freaking wherever it is on a Thursday and then try to come back by the to come play your Sunday games.
believe me though, that's not an excuse. That's not a big enough excuse for me to feel like Chelsea about to go on the run and Arsenal about to go backwards and Man U about to go backwards because we're in the European League. Really? Because that's a very
All right,
minute.
I'm trying to give you a reason because honestly, you're
That's a
going
very
too
minute
far
reason.
behind.
That reason is too small for me to like justify that. That's going to be the way the season turns around. You guys are going to play Champions League places too, right? With the same
Yeah,
squad
but we
you guys
could we
have,
could we could get knocked out right away,
and
and
we
then
could get knocked out too. Like it's
we're not gonna
like.
get knocked out.
But you acting like it's
Actually, you know what?
those
Now that I think about it, you might indeed get knocked out. Don't you play
anybody could get knocked out
Sociedad,
of
Real
any
Sociedad or something like that?
anybody could get knocked out of any competition at any given time. You know, the best teams don't always make it to the final every year for sure. So I'm not even gonna go based on that kind of like thought because at the end of the day I feel like we have enough guys in the squad. We have our younger players are the ones playing better, and they're the ones who were playing the European League early in the season. So if you ask me, things are flipped right now. So you have the guys who are more experienced playing the European League than the younger guys playing the Premier League, and there's nothing wrong with that. You can mix it up nicely. We have 2, 3 solid defenders right now on our team. You know what I mean? We didn't have that at the beginning of the season. We have Gabriel playing really out of his mind before he got the COVID. You got Pablo Mari stepping in and just looking like you can't bench him anymore.
All those
Um,
guys are gonna get exposed very
we
soon,
got
though.
we got we got Rob Holding
They're about to
play,
get their ass open.
playing like a like an English senior player and stuff. And honestly, we looking good. If you ask me, like I said, we have the 4th best defense in the league. We looking really good. We got Partey back in the team. I just got news right now coming to me that Gabriel Martinelli is gonna be back on Monday. So you know what I
Nigga
mean. That
said,
takes
I got news coming to me. Nigga, you got that shit on Bleacher Report, nigga.
away.
Oh, Martinelli.
Yo, nigga, let me leave, bro. I
Uh,
was actually just streaming. I see that just dropped. Like, you know what I mean? I didn't want to just come out and just be all excited during the stream, but I definitely was excited when I see that news that Gabriel Martinelli is gonna be back on Monday. That's great news because
he
I
ain't
actually
gonna
thought
do nothing, though.
he's better than all your forward players. I don't know what you're talking about.
How many,
Everybody
go- how
has
many, how many goals has he scored this season?
his impact is way more
His
than that.
impact.
His impact on
This
our
nigga
team
said his impact.
impact on Arsenal is way more than any of your players impacting your team at the moment right now.
How's
Because
his
you guys,
impact? How do you have impact when you're not playing?
you know, you have impact when your team is losing almost like it's been losing like almost 7 games in a row, and you come back and do win 4 straight. That's impact. That's a good turnaround. So
That dude
believe
didn't
that
even play. He was benched
he
for most of
played.
the game.
What you mean? What you mean he didn't play? He was the one who started the run where we started winning games. Like that first game when he came back against
That was
Man City and got injured, we lost
yeah.
that game. After that game,
Yep. So what
every other
happened?
game.
Why did you lose that game?
First game back from injury against Man City. Come on now,
I
you
mean,
not you
if
we not
you're,
we're
if
not
you're,
talking
if you're
about
that good, you just bring the spark. You
it's
just bring it.
first of all we talk about cup game, Carling Cup. I mean, who cares about
All
Carling
of a
Cup?
sudden, you don't care about Carlton Cup.
I've never been really big on those small little trophies. I mean, I like the FA Cup because it's just like maybe because they call it the Emirates Cup, and I just think it's a cool cup just to get. But I mean, Carling Cup has never been something I'm really interested in. So
I think
when
they're
we lost that
calling it. I
game,
think they're calling it the
I never
Carabao
really.
Cup these days. By the way,
Yeah, Carabao Cup. Yeah, actually correct. Yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, but the Carabao Cup has never been anything of much of an interest for me as an Arsenal fan. So when we lost that, I didn't really count that as a game. That's a huge loss in our season. But and that was the time we were going through a bad run of form. So for Gabriel Martinelli to step into that team and change the way we play, you know what I mean, the way he presses from the front, the way he kind of like attacks the defense and puts pressure on the defense is something that we didn't have before. And that really created the change in our team. They got the senior players to play a lot more, you know what I mean, better than they were playing before because they just came in there and thought they were going to get game time every week. regardless of how good or bad they play. But when Gabriel Martinelli stepped into that team and Mill Smith Rowe, they changed the whole team. And since they came in, it's been looking like way, way, way better than we ever like thought it would look this season. Because in the beginning of the season, to be honest with you, I kind of gave up on watching football. I just really
But isn't it pathetic that you guys are dependent on some 18, 19-year-old kids?
same
I
way you guys
understand.
depended on them all season last year and you made top four, right? It's the
We
league.
did.
It's supposed to be what you have available in front of you, who's in form.
Last year we didn't have a choice.
I mean, we don't have
You
a choice at
guys,
this point.
how don't you have a choice?
We don't have a choice because our older players are playing like trash. So you have to use what's available to you, and our younger players are playing
So,
absolutely
so did you just
breathtaking.
admit that Arteta doesn't have the ability to get the best out of your team?
That's a very like I said that statement I wouldn't support that statement because like I said Arteta is new to the business, first coaching job, and like I've said I've always been in support of him making mistakes within the job because there's no other way you can make mistakes if not making mistakes right there. You know what I mean within like um within the progress. You know what I mean. So there's gonna be
So
bad
yeah,
times.
are you trusting the process right now?
I always trust the process.
TTP. Hashtag TTP. Trust the process.
No, I always trusted the process when it came to Arteta because I always knew he had something inside of him that kind of separates him a little bit from so many other people. You know what I mean? And coming to your first season and win a trophy, I mean, not too many coaches do that. You know what I mean? That's a very very big 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 sign that he has great things that he could do
Let's
in the
not
league.
act like winning a trophy is that big a deal. Di Matteo, he took over from he took over like mad late and he won the Champions League. Does that make him a great coach?
I never called him a great coach. I just said I didn't call Arteta a great
Does it
coach.
make him a competent coach?
What do you mean doesn't make him a competent coach? Yeah, he was a competent coach. It's just Chelsea
How is
fire every coach they get because that's what you guys do. But I mean, what Di Matteo was playing, he seemed like he had the players playing for him at that time in the season, and he went on this great run during the was it Champions League and won it. So, like I said, I understand what you're saying about it could happen, but at the same time, it takes a whole lot to win a trophy. Tottenham has been playing great for how many years right now? Never won a trophy. You know what I mean? Not even a pure water cup trophy, or you know what I mean?
this
They've
nigga
won
said pure water?
pure water cup, pure water cup trophy. They barely won anything. I got to throw my little jabs at Tottenham. You know how we are with the
Yeah,
North
but
London.
Tottenham, Tottenham, they might actually win something this year. I think they just made it to the Carabao Cup final. You
They're
think
gonna
they'll
get
bottle that shit?
they're gonna get slapped by Man City, bro. So bad.
You know
The same, I
the
remember the same time we had the last time we had this podcast, and I told you you guys are gonna get slapped by Man City. You should go back and actually check that out. I said 4-1. Actually, you guys ended up getting 3-1. Yeah, but I mean,
I'm
I
pretty
said,
sure I've told you many times the Arsenal will lose. So I mean,
and we ended up
I've been
winning.
right 8 times this season already.
You mean
So
right? What?
8 times this season. So
You mean about the losses you guys took, or
you've lost 8 times this season in the Premier League.
but we still 3 points away from you guys. What does that say of your team?
I'm just letting you know that I can
I'm,
be right too.
I'm
I
letting
can
you
be
know.
right too.
I'm letting you know that you know what I mean. You could lose 8 games and still be behind Chelsea by 3 points. And what does that say of Chelsea? Because they're supposed to win the league this year, in my opinion.
Well,
Not my opinion. In your opinion, in the opinion of a million Chelsea fans out there in the world, and
okay. I'm going to we're gonna finish this podcast with a little prediction of our next uh I guess we can make a prediction for this weekend's games, right? Because
sure,
we
we got
have
we got to spice it up a little bit though. So you know what I mean. If someone loses, at least it's a little bit of a maybe we should put like a cash out bet or something, or something that makes the other person like you know what I mean lose something if you come out here making all the wrong bets, all the wrong picks this week.
all right. So what do you think we should put on the line? What should be on the line?
I mean, I suggest like about $50. It's up to you. If it's fine, you want a lower increase, it's up to you.
All right. So are we just going by whoever gets the most number of correct picks? Is it?
Yeah,
All
so
right.
basically, I'm putting 25 in, you put 25 in. Whoever gets the most accurate pick out of both of us takes all.
Okay. I got you. All right. So we'll start with. So we have a couple games midweek as well. And as it stands, we have a game I think starting today.
Well,
Actually.
how about we just pick maybe like 5 games out of this weekend games, the five maybe like
Okay. Let's do that.
yeah,
Let's do that.
five
So
games
there.
like that are very interesting. Out of this.
So there's some big games this weekend. Obviously, we have Arsenal playing.
Crystal
Actually, you
Palace.
guys you play Newcastle on Monday.
Yeah, we play Crystal Palace on
Actually,
Thursday.
let's do the Crystal Palace one because that's on Thursday.
Yeah.
All right, you play Crystal Palace at home. I'm going for a draw on that one.
I'm going for a score of 3-1. Arsenal win.
Okay, so you said 3-1 Arsenal.
Yeah, you said a draw.
So
It's a
I'm going with
goalless
a
draw,
I'm
right?
going with I'm going with a 1-1 draw.
Okay.
Okay, and then we have
Just,
Fulham
just,
Chelsea.
just to let you know, your bias mindset is gonna make you pay some money this weekend. But let's
That's
keep
cool.
going.
That's cool. Um, and then we have so by the way, you get so this is how it's gonna go, right? So for if you get the score right, right? If you get the score right and the you get the score right, you get the prediction right fully, you get 3 points. If you get the prediction either being a draw, a win, or a loss, you get 1 point. Even if you don't get the right score. And then if you just get the score and the overall prediction wrong, you lose completely. So that's how we tally it up. So let's say I get I the your game, you guys end up winning it becomes a 2-2 draw. I get 1 point. If it's a 1-1, I get 3 points. Got it? And let's say you guys end up winning or some shit, or Crystal Palace wins, then I don't get any points. Does it make sense?
Wait. So wait, if we win the game, I get 1 point. If
Yeah,
let's say we win the game by 2-0,
yeah.
I get 1 point.
Is that what? No, you get 1 point. Yeah, but if you win 3-1, like you predicted, you get
I
three
get all
points.
3 points.
Yeah,
So wait, in this sense, if Arsenal wins, automatically you lose because you kind of like choose a tie game, right?
exactly,
All right.
exactly.
So,
Yeah,
but if we tie, you get the 1 point. If
yep,
you get tied by 1-1, you get 3 points.
yep.
Sounds good to me. Yeah, let's go. Next game.
So Fulham, Chelsea.
Um, I picked Chelsea to win that game 2-1.
All right, pick Chelsea to win 1-0. All right, and then I'll go, and then we have Leicester City, Southampton.
Mm, that's a good game right there.
Yeah,
Um, you can go first in this one.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 2-0 Southampton.
I'm gonna go 2-1 Leicester City.
2-1 Leicester City. All right,
Oh, you know what? Yeah, I'll go 2-1 Leicester City. I was gonna
all
say
right.
tied, but yeah, I think it
And
works.
then we have Aston Villa, Everton.
Yeah, they got good games coming up, man. This little small teams. I'm never gonna call them small teams anymore because they playing out their minds these days. Those games are gonna really change up the table a little bit for people like us who are like a little bit back there. So what we mentioned again, Aston Villa who Everton,
Everton,
right?
Everton. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good game. I'm gonna pick a draw in that game. A 2-2 draw.
I'm going 1-0 Aston Villa in this one.
That's bold.
And finally, Liverpool versus Manchester United. It's a big one for the weekend.
That's the game of the weekend, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, actually, this weekend is gonna be dope, man. Like if
There'll be some points.
you get it, yeah, you get it. There'll be some points to like catch up, yeah.
Yep.
And if you could draw, if you win this weekend, I win.
Mhm.
We could be like we could move all the way up to like probably I don't know. Can we move up any further than where we are? Or
I don't know, but I could check that real quick. But yeah, you can really. We can get up.
predictions for that game, predictions for that game. It's gonna be a tie game. It's gonna be a tie game, 1-1.
Okay, I think even if you won this week, the highest you can go would probably be ninth place. No, eighth place actually. No, 10th place. So you can go ahead of West Ham because unless you win 12-0, you're not going ahead of Chelsea this week.
We got Newcastle coming up. Yo, I feel good. Partey back, Martinelli back. You know what I'm saying? Buendia around the horizon. Might happen, might not happen, but you know what I mean? I'm excited about team right now.
Yeah. But most likely
What's your prediction? What's your prediction? Let's not forget. You got predictions for Man U Liverpool.
Yeah, who's home again? Let me see.
Does
So
that really matter anymore?
Liverpool is at home, so they haven't lost that. They don't lose at Anfield, so I'm gonna go with a convincing 2-0 win for Liverpool.
Balls on the line. Let's go. Let's go. So, you know what I mean? 25-25. Whoever wins or whoever has.
Who'd you go with?
I picked the draw. 1-1 draw.
1-1 draw? Okay.
You writing this down, right?
Oh, I'm not. That's might have to go rewatch the end of this podcast. But yeah, guys. Thank you for joining us today. This is the Sam and the Chiz podcast. We would like for you guys to leave in the comments your own predictions. If you have any comments, anything you like us to talk about on this podcast, feel free to comment and smash the like button. Share this video with your friends. We're trying to build this thing up. We're trying to build it up. We're new at this.
Let's go.
We're the new guys on the block, and we're not playing. You know what I'm saying? So
we coming all that smoke, fire, everything. You know what I mean? Energy. We got it coming through. So like you said, like Samuel said, fucking hell.
Yeah, man. Turn off your.
Bye.
All right.
Bye,
so
we'll just cut it right here.
So we'll just end the podcast. We'll catch y'all later.
All right.
Peace.
Take care. All right. Peace, guys.